Valentino's going to strike soon.
How about?
He's going to strike soon because he's just sharpening the scalpel right now, the doctor. And that's because he knows Marco's hot on his heels. Watch this.
Hanging off the bike over the top of the hill through Arrabbiata 2. Is this going to be the passing manoeuvre that Rossi is going to do? We've got 4.5 laps to go of this 3.2-mile circuit here in Italy. There is Loris Capirossi. He said after Le Mans that he's now changed his riding style to suit the Bridgestone tyres. It's his first season on Bridgestones after so many, of course, with Michelin, and now that seems to be working well. He's only just 8/10 off the lead, but of course in fourth is not a podium, but anything can happen, and it probably will.
It probably will. You can see what Randy meant, that Rossi is forcing. So close to Max Biaggi at the apex of the corners. Now, can he slipstream him down the straight? Will he slipstream him down the straight and go for the classic Mugello outbreak?
Well, he'll go for the braking thing, but now he doesn't know that they just pulled the gap a bit over Marco Melandri because they picked up the pace. 151.2, 151.1, 151.5 over Marco.
Yeah, it's 2 and 2, isn't it?
And on the pit board of Valentino Rossi, you saw the arrow pointing downwards, saying the bloke behind. Does that give him Max breathing space? Does that put him into the claws of Marco Melandri?
That was a close one. Even Valentino Rossi had to stand up. Here we go. Look at him.
Max got it a little bit deep in that one area. And then...
That was. Meanwhile, whilst we watch these leading four, fifth has changed. Carlos Checa up to fifth ahead of Nicky Hayden. Good job. We've got the last 3.5 laps to go here at Mugello. Everybody's run out of fingernails. We've been chewing them off. There is the leader, Max Biaggi. Max Biaggi ahead of Valentino Rossi in second, Melandri third, Capirossi fourth. They've been as a group as four. They've been 2 and 2, which is where we're at now, and nobody, Julian, is getting away.
Marco Melandri in that first of that fast S's has been ragged as hell into there for the last 2 laps and has lost ground both times.
Valentino is looking for that little gap, that little crack, and he's just slicing him up. Let me tell you something, and if Max does not run protective lines on this last couple of laps, Valentino will strike.
And there's a back marker in the way. It's not Franco Battiini's fault, but they are encroaching upon the WCM of Franco Battiini. His, of course, first big Italian Grand Prix on a big bike with WCM, but now with 3 laps to go as they get it on down the home straight. The blue flag is waved for Franco Battiini. He will have seen it. He's going to get out of the way, but Max Biaggi just puts a little bit of a spit test, and then Capirossi's third. Capirossi's going to be third. Does it stick into the San Donato? Yes, it does. Laid on its side.
And Franco Battiini is out on the wide line, so the leader's chop underneath him. And Franco, being an experienced man, looks for third and fourth as well. Totally academic.
And Franco probably said, wow, good race.
Yeah, he had the best view in the house. Well, nearly. Now they come over the top of the hill. That is where Valentino Rossi likes to pass, over the crest of that hill, Randy, before the downhill bit, because it's not a passing place, and he does it right on cue. I said he needs to go. They're side by side. Who's going to be late on the brakes? It's going to be Rossi. But as he goes up the hill, he's going for surprise, Randy.
Yes, now he's going to try to stretch this out. You talk about having 3 fast laps. That's what he's got to do, 2.5 fast laps. But Max Biaggi is going to have an edge now to see what Valentino can do. If Valentino had something up his sleeve, we'll have to see what it can be.
That last right-hander, Randy, it's where you can really see Biaggi's front wheel bouncing on the brakes into it. It looks scary.
And of course, as we come to the end, Jules and Randy, of a 23-lap race, these tyres, the best tyres in the world that they are running out of life.
Yes, but we know Valentino knows, like in Le Mans, fastest lap of the race, red crash helmet, that's what he needs to do, but he's got 2 of those to try to compete as we get ready to compete another lap.
2 laps to go when we cross the line in just a moment's time. Let us not forget what a tremendous ride Marco Melandri is doing. New team this year with Honda, and he's in 3rd at the moment, ahead of the vastly experienced Caparossi.
But we're not surprised, are we? Such are our expectations now of him. But Caparossi's going to have another go at him round the same outside line. Utter grunt from the Ducati in the middle of the straight.
Grunterama.
And Marco says, I'll just stick it up inside again. Can I hold the line, or will I let you through on the inside? Loris is making room that wasn't there, but Marco's on the inside for the next left-hander.
Brilliant clean racing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay,
brilliant clean racing. Not good for the mechanics down there, and wife Ingrid Caparossi there, who is
looking a trifle tense, I have to say.
Running out of nerves. Lap and a half to go. We got here at Mugello. This is the onboard shot from Marco Melandri's Honda, with Loris Caparossi right alongside at over 110 miles an hour on one of the shortest straights in the entire lap. Caparossi, though, in 4th. Still leading is Valentino Rossi as he goes up the top of the hill from Max Biaggi. There's nothing to call between those two, as indeed there isn't between these other two.
The gap is up to 0.4 of a second between those two. Well, it was at the last checkpoint, Randy.
Check it out between 2nd and 3rd place, man. How fast Valentino has stretched this thing out. Yeah. Valentino has really put the hammer down. His last lap, 150.9 versus 151.3 to Max. But Max has closed up the gap just a little bit. I don't know if he's going to run out of time.
Well, he's going to run out of miles. You rather suspect this is the quick blast towards the final corner. This is the penultimate lap. Look at the change of direction of that Yam through there. The sliding Repsol Honda, and indeed the sliding movie star Honda of Marco Melandri exits there, touching 160 miles an hour before they get on the brakes for this, the final corner. This is the last lap. This is the lap that Valentino Rossi has got to wring its neck. So has Max Biaggi. They come past our commentary box. That's half a dozen bike lengths. 0.34 of a second between 1st and 2nd. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th. Biaggi closes just a little.
And Marco Melandri again says, oh no you don't. And this time Loris Caparossi says, yes I do. And that looks to me like the decisive move for 3rd place, but what do I know? The question is 1st and 2nd. The gap was 0.3 of a second over the line between Rossi and Biaggi. It's Italians 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th at Mugello.
46 in control, Valentino Rossi, 3 victories out of the first 4 races of 2005. Max Biaggi, whatever happens come the flag, has ridden the race of his life. Fair play to Max. You have no idea that the pressure that these guys are under for this home race. This is bigger, almost, than football in Italy. The place is rammed full of people. The newspapers have got nothing else to talk about all week, and it's because of this. 1, 2, 3 and 4 positions. Rossi's doing a hell of a lap, a 150.9 to lead this race by only 1/3 of a second. Max is closing just a little, Julian.
51.0 last time round. The gap at the 2nd checkpoint was 0.44 of a second.
Out of the corner they come into Corantaio. Little bit of a wiggle from Valentino Rossi. Can Max Biaggi keep it tight? He's struggling to keep it tight. I look out of our commentary box as we're on board with Marco Melandri. Valentino Rossi, 1 more corner to go.
0.5 of a second at the 3rd checkpoint. Rossi stretching it. Will be fastest lap of the race on the last lap again.
Caparossi still in control, well, relatively, of 3rd position. Melandri's going to go up and through, but he goes wide in the final corner. Caparossi's going to cut him back. Can the Ducati beat the Honda? I rather fancy I know the answer to that one. Look at the line. Valentino Rossi wins his 6th Grand Prix at Mugello. Biaggi